a sense of clarity. I can never be the one for you. Hey, 'cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. When you're young, the world might break you down. Fell off a couple times, but I'm better now. I found my smile, but it took a little darkness and silence in the middle of the night. I learned to take my time with healing up my mind and knowing it's alright. Oh, 'cause I feel better in my own world. Trying to be perfect tends to wear me out. And I've been wondering when this road ends. Tired of being hopeless, paralyzed with doubt. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, trying to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Flawless as it is. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's like I've been walking on a tightrope, try to change my mind, but I'm too far to quit. And you can keep your shiny light, 'cause I'm in love with diamonds. We're flawless as it is.
This week on NBA 2K TV, it's a star-packed episode with Dwayne Wade, Offset,
The whole thing is I'm the best.
Jesus and Mero,
So then you guys had a script, though. We had a script. And we
threw it over our shoulder and said, hey.
plus You're the Star in Top Plays.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm
A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Welcome, everyone, to Noche Enabia. A Latin theme is the backdrop to tonight's festivities. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Bogdanovich.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Head coach Quinn Snyder is trying to help the Jazz break through in a crowded Western Conference. Snyder said, "There's always challenges, and I'm comfortable with adversity. I just want to keep the right perspective. I've got something that I love to do." And Kevin, he is one of the biggest reasons the Jazz is always a factor.
He is doing a great job. Thank you, D.A. Clark, you and I were looking at the rosters. Both these teams very deep, so there's a lot of fouls to give tonight.
Yeah, that's a great observation by you, Kevin. And when you have that kind of circumstance where your bench is deep, it allows you, I think, to bring an aggressive mindset in terms of how you're going to defend and how you're not going to allow easy baskets because you're able to foul and not be so concerned about foul trouble.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich, and it's Gobert in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Dallas, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Curry is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. Now, here's Mitchell. Over Doncic. Here's Conley. Porzingis with the block, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. And the Jazz with possession here. Goes back up. Another miss by Conley.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
And the shot goes down.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's Mitchell. Porzingis with the block. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Here's Gobert. Shoots over Powell. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by O'Neal.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Conley against Doncic. The pass to Porzingis. It's Powell on the wing. And he drops it in from the low post. Powell's got his second basket.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team-first attitude on display.
Mitchell's shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there. And the offense, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Here's Bogdanovich, and Utah again with the bucket.
Boy, he's an all-around scorer and shot maker. Give Bogdanovich these looks, and he's not going to miss them.
Outside Curry. Back to Doncic. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich.
Side out.
That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Powell, the pass to Doncic. Back to Powell. No good, shot missing. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's Conley. Lays it up and banks it in.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. Passes it to Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Really easy to understand why many are high on Porzingis. This guy is a terrific offensive player.
Here's Mitchell, and there's another one for the Jazz.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
The Mavericks trailing. Curry passes to Porzingis. Powell for 3. The Mavericks keeping it alive. A new 14. And Doncic gets it to go.
Tell you what, guys, I don't think you ever have to question Doncic's effort level. He attacks the glass and the game all the same.
And O'Neal gets it to go. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Outside Curry. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Shoots. Dallas moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Buries the long-range jumper. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
You know, he's a capable shooter from outside, guys, and for Doncic, I think it's a matter of just shooting with confidence all the time.
And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and in all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends.
Here's Curry, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. From deep, and it's Doncic. That time on the assist from Hardaway. Doncic has got 10 points in the game. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Mitchell. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Dallas has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Here's Conley. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
Conley gets the bucket.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Doncic, no good. And it's Utah's ball. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Yep, it counts. 10 points for him.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Clark, some of those lottery-bound teams now giving more minutes to their younger players, developing them, looking into the future, which means more veterans, unfortunately, will have to sit and watch.
And, you know, I always say this, and it's much easier said than done, but you're a professional, whether you're in the rotation, a young player or an old player, you have to approach it in a professional manner. And that means accepting the good with the bad, the sweet with the bitter, and that takes a maturity level. And, you know, when the trade deadline is behind you, you only can control what you can control, and that's what veterans should be about.
And hopefully the coach communicates the ideas behind the move, too.
I like that, but there's no obligation to do so.
Right.
And now we get a chance to check out Donovan Mitchell. He's been a factor for them over the last month, averaging about 22 points per, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 10. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Doncic has got 12. So it's the Jazz now. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Porzingis, good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game. Here's Mitchell. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
That shot wide open. And that's 15 points for Luka Doncic.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket?
What a jam!
Are you kidding me?
Nasty. Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that. Utah
trailing here. On the wing, Mitchell. Oh, And the dunk by Mitchell.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, this is who Doncic is. This is what we've seen from him. A scorer who can take over games easily.
And he gets it to go. Bogdanovich has got his second bucket. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Dallas moving it around. And it's good for 2. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
You know, the staple of Seth Curry's game is shooting the ball off the catch.
Chalk up 2 there. He's got 18.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Mitchell's shot is good.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
And Curry has it in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Curry's got it all tied up now for Dallas.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Utah calls timeout.
Well, you look at Luka Doncic, and the one skepticism scouts had was his athleticism or lack thereof, and I think he's proven that's not necessary to be a great basketball player. And he's only getting better as he works with NBA trainers.
Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Curry. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Bogdanovich. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. And, you know, you heard about Doncic. Even if he's a step slow, he's always 2 steps ahead with his mental game.
You know, Kevin, that's a great point. Feel, savvy, experience, know-how. You know, he grew up playing against bigger, stronger guys, and that always serves you well as you go forward. So he understands how to create space and anticipate and feel how to get defenders off balance. I mean, he's just a special young player.
Pass to Brunson. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound, Utah.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Utah.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Free throw drops for Mitchell.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
Here's Kleba, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Brunson with it, puts up a three. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house than the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base. Those fans will be around for a while. Giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
Here's Finney-Smith, another three for Dallas.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Clarkson finds Davis. Cauley-Stein grabs the board.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Utah leading by 3. Here's Clarkson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Berea's checked in.
One of those rare second-round picks who played well immediately. Clarkson was first-team All-Rookie and continues to develop.
To the middle, here's Brunson. Great D that time from Davis. And it's Moutier with the ball. He brings it up for the Jazz. 6-point game. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And you ask around, his coaches and teammates love Donovan Mitchell. The way he carries himself, really infectious, upbeat, but also a born competitor.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And going into the 2017 draft, Mitchell was a sleeper. Maybe even Greg to himself, he wasn't sure he was ready to make that leap.
And you know, Kevin, it was the NBA players he was working out with in the summertime who told him, man, you're ready right now. And a season that saw him second in Rookie of the Year votes validated that and built his confidence.
Mavericks trailed by 11. Stolen by Mitchell. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Mitchell's got 34.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's good, 2 points. Mitchell's got 36.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Berea against Mitchell. Stolen by Mitchell. And so it's Utah, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect, and we'll be right back after this. It wasn't an immediate star turn for Mike Conley in the NBA. He talked about that journey.
The ups and downs of injuries and early on in my career not being able to be consistent enough to be considered a top guard in the league and making myself work that much harder to get my game to a level where I feel that I can compete against anybody in the league. And that's what I'm most proud of, is just being able to withstand that.
Great work ethic is the key. Conley stayed at it.
And a player that's known for keeping his composure, that helps also. He weathered those early challenges and just stayed positive.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And a very convincing performance from the Jazz so far.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Utah, Davis is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Emmanuel Mudiay. And it's Mitchell in a two-guard.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Utah. And it's Cauley-Stein, that time on the assist by Barea.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, "I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul, and they were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it." And Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz. DA, thank you. Pass to Barea. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Wright from outside gets the three-pointer to fall. Wright's got his first 3 points of the game.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Davis, Ingles trying to get open. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Barea, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Davis. Cauley-Stein grabs the board.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Mudiay, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Barea, that's a two-pointer. Off the left rim and out. Utah leading by 16. Here's Gobert. Offensive rebound. Lays it up off the glass. Clarkson's got 5.
You know, the defense was there, but Clarkson fearless inside.
The pass to Cauley-Stein. A wide open look here for Wright. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Inside. Here's Ingles. Trying to get open is Davis. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And Dallas calls their first timeout of the game. And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for DeLon Wright. Curry's checked in for J.J. Barea. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Utah also making some changes. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Davis. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And it's Conley in for Emmanuel Mudiay. Back to Doncic. A three-pointer off the mark.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Gobert. Here's Bogdanovich. The Mavericks pull it in. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Hardaway. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Tip your hat to Hardaway Jr. there, guys. I mean, even in the face of aggressive defense, he stays focused and delivers.
The baseline J. Here's Gobert. It's blocked, and he recovers it. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And so Curry will bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 17. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Here's Gobert, and that one off the back of the rim and in. Gobert's got 8.
And he's showing us a little bit of everything now, taking a leaner with no one on him.
To the paint. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. is a competitor now, showing you some real toughness. He's not going to give you an inch. He's going to fight you to the finish.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
To the inside, and it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Look at Utah. They've had a great season, and we'll look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, Dallas, a few slots below them.
You know, right now, Dallas, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
Boy, I tell you what, it's been a grit and grind effort for them. They know how to win, and that's not something you could say about them last year.
The offensive rebound. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
That's his first. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
The Jazz have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
That's good from O'Neal. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
that
one.
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Here's Conley. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Conley's got 8 points.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Here's Doncic. Another 3 for Dallas.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Curry finds Doncic. Outside Hardaway. A three from Porzingis. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds in the game. Conley inside the line. He drains the quick shot. Conley's got 4 points this quarter.
And never one to force the issue. Conley smoothly knocks that down.
Here's Curry with the three. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
On the wing, Doncic. Misses off the right iron. Jazz leading by 18. A beautiful reverse layup. 11 points in the game.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
It's Curry outside. Rebounded by the Jazz. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Clarkson. Nice D from
to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And there it is for him.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
It's good on the putback. Clarkson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great positioning.
Mavericks trail by 20. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Passes it to Powell. The tray. Another 3 for Dallas.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And again, it's Utah.
Riding it up and in off the drive. Clarkson athletic enough to create his own offense.
The Mavericks shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Here's Curry with the 3. Rebounded by the Jazz.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
That one goes in. O'Neal's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Doncic outside. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. And the Jazz call time here.
Boy, you look at how tall Porzingis is. He's 7'3", and you add in his skill level, that's a unique combination. No wonder they call him the unicorn. He is unique.
The Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And it's Wright in for Curry. Utah also making some changes. Davis is checked in for Gobert. Joe Ingles comes in for Royce O'Neal. And it's Moutier in for Mike Conley. And Clark, the advantage of height, well known in basketball, but some have wondered if Porzingis is almost too tall.
Well, you know, there's a concern because he's had a significant injury early in his career, and his frame is really long, which makes you a little more susceptible to injuries. But I think KP has worked diligently to add strength and improve his body. Only time will tell if he's able to stand up to a long, productive NBA career. The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
And it's Davis with the ball for the Jazz. They lead by 14. Moutier with the basket. Mavericks shooting the ball beautifully in the second quarter. They're at 55% from the field. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Right from outside. The shot that time, not on target. The Jazz go the other way with it. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They start a 3-game homestand with that game.
Well, I tell you what, really a good-looking young player. Clarkson drives, takes the contact. What I really like about him, he plays with an edge. This is a guy who's trying to prove something all the time.
The wide-open look here for Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And that's 13 points for Porzingis.
Not the best of shot selection there, but you know what? You do not look a gift horse in the mouth.
And that one, good. Mavericks trail by 18. Pass to Finney-Smith. There's the three. And Davis pulls it down. Utah shooting a terrific 61% in the second quarter. And the basket by Ingles.
Maybe not a natural-born distributor, but Clarkson working to keep his teammates involved.
Now, here's Doncic. Beyond the arc. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Utah with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll return shortly.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A tremendous start for Donovan Mitchell. He had 38 points, 2 steals, and 1 rebound. And Kenny, what'd you see out there from the Jazz?
It was just Donovan Mitchell imposing his will. Physically gifted, coachable, and the man works tirelessly. So much heart in this game.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Well, he left his mark on that first half with his quick hands. Great sense of timing to pile up the steals.
Well, I thought it was a great defensive performance for him so far. He's aware, he's alive, he's alert, quick to react to everything that's going on around him. Can't do it much better than that.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Jazz leading by 21. Hardaway and Porzingis in at the forward slot. Doncic out there with Curry, and it's Powell in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. Powell, no one around him. No good on the quick three. Utah shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Offensive rebound. Conley got a hand on it.
Clearly out of sync to begin this half. 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Curry passes to Hardaway. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so. And this offense needed that one after 4 misses to start the half.
Outside Hardaway. Pass to Curry. Dallas moving it around. Here's Doncic. Hardaway with a wide open look. That doesn't go either for Hardaway. And you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. You talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
Mitchell, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
An open look there. Hardaway has got 5 points in the quarter.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Dallas. 17-point game. Gobert with the block. They retain possession. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Rudy Gobert. An amazing run for him the second half of the season, averaging 12 points, 9 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Mavericks trail by 17. Stolen by Mitchell. Outside, Bogdanovich. Puts it up from 12. That's good for Mitchell on the assist from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 4 assists now tonight. Doncic passes to Powell. And here is Doncic, and stolen by Bogdanovich. And now Utah, fast break. Here's O'Neal. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Hardaway, no good. Jazz leading by 21. The drive by Mitchell. It's tipped.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official. You know, for Porzingis, the business of the family is basketball. His parents played at a very high level. His older brother played professionally for over a decade, and the first word that Porzingis said was ball, and he's had one in his hands pretty much from the start.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And Clark, Porzingis' older brother. He used to make him highlight reels of NBA stars.
Yeah, you know, the NBA was his goal all along, but he showed patience, and the Orlando Magic actually promised to take him 10th back in 2014. He stayed in Spain 1 more year to develop, and good for him.
And both free throws good for Porzingis.
And, you know, with Porzingis, the potential is really exciting. I mean, with his size and skill set, I think he's got a chance to be a dominant force for a long time.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And the Utah Jazz, not exactly a magnet for big-name free agents, Greg, but for their young star, Donovan Mitchell, it has been a perfect fit.
You know, they needed a scorer. He's played big minutes from day one and really thrived in that role.
One shot.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. The Mavericks have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Dallas calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint. A lot of time, games are decided at the line. So let's check out the NBA leaders in that category. Fourth, Bogdanovich.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Here is Barea. No points in the game yet for him. On the wing, Hardaway. From downtown, Dallas, no good that time either.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the pass to Cauley Stein. Stolen by Mitchell. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Here's Gobert and Utah again with the bucket. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Jazz.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
Brunson, good.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
Hardaway for three. Rebound, Utah. O'Neal's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Mitchell. Here's Conley. And the rebound paying off as they pick up two on the second-chance bucket right there.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Brunson the pass to Barea. Now Hardaway. Outside for Barea. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Barea's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Porzingis with the block. Down low, here's Brunson, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
For the Jazz, Ed Davis is checked in for Gobert, and it's Joe Ingles in for O'Neal. Here's Conley. He's got 14. Shot on the wing. Jump shot is good that time. Conley's got 16 points.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And Davis, here we go. It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley-Stein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. In the corner, Hardaway with it. The quick look, no good that time.
And even though the quarter has been a struggle, it doesn't look like he's lost his confidence. He keeps looking for a shot.
Here's Brunson. He's got 10 from 11 feet away. They get it back with the second effort. The shot by Cauley-Stein, no good.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Out to the right wing. Barea with a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Mitchell. Good, that's another bucket. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
For 3. Brunson, no good.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. And that sends Donovan Mitchell to the free throw line. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein. The Jazz have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And it's DeLon Wright in for Jalen Brunson. And a switcher also for Utah. Moutier, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Clark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh, my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
Assist goes to.
And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Right outside. In the corner, it's Kleber. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
And Utah has possession. Here's Mitchell. No good off the back of the rim. This Mavericks squad struggling. Right outside. Passes to Cauley-Stein. Another shot, and it's good on the way in. Cauley-Stein's got 6.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Kicks to Barea. Right outside. 5 to shoot. From the arc. But they'll get another chance. Barea against Bogdanovich. Barea, no good.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
And got it! Another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. Those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. And some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you. Here's Wright, pass to Kleba. Makes it off the glass. He's got 10.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Here's Clarkson, and good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
1:05 left in the third. Here's Doncic. Tries again. It's deflected.
Wow. I mean, we don't normally see a rejection from Bogdanovich. I mean, the effort was great, and the shot block was a surprise.
Assist from Bojan Bogdanovic.
The Mavericks shooting 41% from the floor so far in the third. Wright dishes to Doncic. Back to Wright. Doncic outside. Dallas moving the ball around. Kleba, no good. Utah shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Here's Mitchell. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Mitchell's got 58.
That's 10 straight off of the mid-range.
I like the grade, Greg. They're picking their spots and finding holes in the middle of that defense to get those shots off. That's excellent discipline on display right there.
Here's Moutier. Again, the Jazz score.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Here's Doncic. And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's Clarkson. Solid as a rock from 20 feet away. Clarkson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Utah out in front, delivering the blowout. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. So on the floor for Utah, they've got Clarkson. Bradley is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Emmanuel Moutier. And it's Niang in at the 2-guard spot. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Pass to Finney-Smith. Shoots the 3. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Shots good by Clarkson.
And this is the advantage Clarkson has. I mean, he's a big combo guard and can convert through contact.
And Wright kicks to Kleba. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either.
He's really slowed down a bit here in the second half. He hasn't converted a 3 yet after the tremendous first half he had.
Good.
The total answer for this team, Clarkson on one tonight.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Knocks it loose. Finney-Smith kicks to Wright. Dallas, no good that time either. The Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Here's Moutier, and there's another one for the Jazz.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Kleba unable to get that one. Bradley with some nice D. Here's Niang. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. But for a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
And he knocks down the first one. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Dallas has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. There's the pass to Marjanovic. No good, unable to end this run. The Jazz have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Shots good by Clarkson.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have.
Pass to Niang. Shoots over Brunson. Mavericks with the rebound. Wright with it. Now defended by Moutier. Pass to Finney-Smith. Clark, when you think of athleticism specifically, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
And he makes that one. 14 points for Emmanuel Moutier.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Right against Clarkson. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks making a change here. Jackson's checked in. The Jazz also changing it up. Tucker's checked in. And Williams-Goss subbed in for Joe Ingles. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
And they're leaning on the mid-range right now. That's 6 of their last 10 from that area.
Brunson, the bounce pass. Here's Marjanovic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And even though you only see him in short spurts, Boban makes an impact, Clark, when on the floor.
Yeah, Marjanovic is a huge guy, and he only plays limited minutes at a time. But there's nothing small about this guy. He's an efficient scorer when he gets his chances, but just doesn't have the foot speed to be able to play significant minutes.
And the Jazz call time here. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game, not just coaches but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The free throw drops from Marjanovic. He's perfect from the line this time. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Brunson kicks to right. Good on the three-point shot.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Leans from outside. Again, the Jazz score.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
And it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Moutier, no good. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for Dallas. Jackson, and it's blocked by Bradley. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. J.J. Barea is checked in for the Mavericks.
J.J. Barea.
Jazz on D. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Kleba with the bucket.
Yeah, the first half was one to deep 6 or forget, but in the second half, he's looked a lot better.
Took him no time at all on that one. Niang's got 6 points in the quarter. The Mavericks shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Barea against Bradley. Here's Brunson. No good with the triple.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And the Jazz call time here. For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
Pressure turned me into a giant. I'm on the edge and I might just dive in.
And Davis is checked in for Emmanuel Moutier. Here's Niang. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists tonight.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Jackson in the corner. This one for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
In the corner, it's Kleba. And it's off from three-point range.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly. I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Jackson misses. And it's Utah's ball. Williams-Goss the pass to Tucker. The Jazz working the ball around now. And that one's good by Davis.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Kleba. Brunson with it. Now the pass to Barea. Brunson scanning the floor. 4 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Jazz ball.
And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And looking at that Lakers matchup, they can't come out playing timid. Just because they're facing the top team in the West, you've got to play your game, minimize mistakes, and if they do that, they got a chance at the W.
Jackson has the open look, and right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Ed Davis. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. That one misses.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Passes it to Kleba. Jackson kicks to Barea. Out to the right wing. Here's Kleba. And the three off target.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
But they get it back.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession. And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today. Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Inside. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And here's Barea. In the corner, it's Kleba. His three-pointer's off the mark. Utah has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Tucker can't get it to go.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
And the shot is good. Brunson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Fades away. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Correa, the pass to Kleba. Here's Brunson. Up again. And it's Bradley with the rebound. Bradley's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Tucker. Kept alive. The second chance effort. Bradley can't get it to go.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Jazz.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And this isn't one of those mini series either. I mean, this is a 4-gamer. As hard as it is to beat a team 3 times in a row, it's even harder to do it 4 straight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Donovan Mitchell.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
And the Jazz call time here. They're leading by 48. 52 seconds left to play here in the 4th.
I just had to lead the hookers, treating me like a celeb. I just went and cut my dread, but I got some beautiful hair. I ain't just searching for something that's real, cause they really know what they say. I gotta smile, but honestly, I put my boy. Sometimes I see him, I've been away for a while. I'm in the bed now, debating about who is the greatest, what you debate about. I swear that it's always something. Get to it, I always want something. I swear that it's always something. Out there, I got a beautiful condo, stacking my breakfast house snakes. They was keep trying to sign me. They do not have the amount yet. See, I come from a don't use the amount. Ordered up houses across from the street. Smoking the food like the northern and southern. Me comes to running in your mother's. Cause the younger your covers, there's no one that covers that's pointing at you. For cover, the news ain't gon' cover. There's nothing to cover when.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Donovan Mitchell.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Their previous 2 games have been losses, so something had to change to get them going again. And he provided that spark, giving them a huge jolt of energy. .52 seconds left in the 4th. Niang, no good. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Mavericks. Jackson from long range sinks the 3-pointer.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the 4th period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little 3-happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
Substitution for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Davis. Again, the Jazz score.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Outside Bradley. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Rudy. This is a defense-first team, and you picked it up in the second half. What changes did you make at the half?
I feel like we weren't focused in the first half defensively, and we just have to come back and communicate and just be focused, and that's what we did.
Attention to detail, Rudy. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.